Fence fam, welcome. How is everybody? Good to see you guys virtually, as it were. Coming to you live, unfortunately, not from the expert professional wood care studios. Coming to you live from Florida from the tail end of our vacation. Today's actually the last day of a vacation, which is always bittersweet because you're kind of thinking back on the week you've had and the great times you've had, but you're also starting to kind of pack it up and thinking about headed home tomorrow, which, a week is never enough. We got here last Saturday afternoon. We got to leave tomorrow morning. So, anyway, it is what it is. Guys, if you're here and you're watching, you haven't commented, be sure to drop a comment below. Also, be sure, if I don't see that Roger's here yet, hadn't said hi yet. So, as Roger would tell you guys, be sure to hit. Typically, he says the like button, but what we're reminding you guys is Facebook doesn't really watch the like button anymore. They watch the emoticons or whatever, the heart, the laugh, the whatever. So hit one of those would help the show a lot. Also, if you aren't subscribing also helps the channel. A little bit out of practice on this. Haven't done it in. Well, I guess I did it about a week ago, huh? Did a week last week was came to you live from the studio with Bo with tail front range fencing. They're out of Denver, Colorado. So still got vacation brain. All right, guys, if you haven't already, say hello in the comments below. Project Metal Music was first. Hey, Joe. Hello, Project Metal Music. Joe Ismay says, howdy from Southeast Texas. Hello, fellow Joe. Dan Wheeler's reminding everyone about the TFIP 15 discount code. I'm going to give an update here in just a minute. So the Fence Industry Podcast and the My Fence Life are duking it out, having a battle royale. I don't have the fancy the audio pad that Dan Blanc's got, or else I do the anyway. So I'm going to give a live breakdown on that, or a update on that, I guess. Dan Wheeler says, Fence fam, good afternoon, Joe. Dan Wheeler, good afternoon. Always good to see you. CNS Vinyl says, Central Florida here. What part are you guys in? We're in Destin at the moment. Really like it. Now, I've talked to other people who were in Florida. I went down and saw Josh Glover down in Panama City. Actually, he took us out fishing. Great time. Great guy. Of course, he says, well, you love the Panama City area. And we talked to others. I talked to Mark Olson this week. And he's like, no, you got to come over to the east coast of Florida. You got to come over to St. Augustine. We'll show you the real part of Florida. It seems like everyone loves their particular part of Florida. So I don't know. We really like Destin, or actually we're in Miramar if you're familiar with the area. So we really like the area. We really like the house that we're in. So we're adding it to our annual list, I believe. Joe River says, hey from Orlando. Hello, fellow Joe in Orlando. Good to see you. Glad you're here. David Eastham says, good afternoon from Ohio. David, welcome. Bo Butler, what is up? Checking in, Joe. I hope your trip went great. It has. It's rained a lot. We're right in the beginning of hurricane season, I guess. And so, lots of rain. I hope your guys' trip went okay. Hope you guys made it back all right. I actually left Saturday morning at 2 a.m. before Bo and his team had left. I hope you guys get your situation sorted out and made it home okay. Joe Izzy said, I haven't had a real vacay in the last 10 years. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about vacays here in just a little bit. You really should plan one. Project Metal Music says, smash the like button. Absolutely agree. Like button, heart button, whatever. I'm not here to judge. Give it a reaction, an emotion reaction, whatever they want to call it. I should really figure out the term for that. And, yeah, that definitely helps. Ashley Roth is in the house. Happy Friday, Joe. Happy Friday, Ashley. John Wath, oh man, Wathy. I'm sorry, I butchered that. I know it. I apologize, John. MFL 15. That would be the other discount code. The TFIP, the Fence Industry Podcast, is going head to head with My Fence Life. We've got them both discount codes on ozfence.store. You know what? We might as well just go break into it. Well, let's do this. Let's tease it for a little bit. I mean, if not, it's good content either way. But I will say this: as of right now, My Fence Life has a slight lead on the Fence Industry Podcast. It is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I can only report the data, and it's not much. It's actually about $20. There's about $20 difference, so it's pretty close. Pretty close. I'll tell the exact totals here. We'll release those here in just a few minutes. Joe Isman gives us a smile. All right. CNS said, should have let us know your plans. Could have taken you hog hunting on 19,000 acre property just south of Tallahassee. Holy cow. So I'll tell you what, January, February, we have to firm up some dates, but I believe I'll be back in Florida, down in the Tampa area, visiting Nationwide Industries. So I'll have to maybe add a day onto that or something like that. Come see you guys for some hog hunting. Always sounds like a great time. Drive on Guard Media. All right. So, hi there. Hello, Drive on Guard Media. That sounds like an interesting channel. Check that out. Fence me in. Hiring employees for subcontractors. What's your opinion? I've been told numerous times my work isn't great, and they would love to have me on their team as a lead foreman, but don't want to sub out any work. I've been told numerous times my work is great, and they would love to have me on their team as a lead foreman, but don't want to sub out any work. So we've got a mixture. We've got both subcontractors, partners, and team members, direct, employees, you would say. We've got them both. So it depends on the individual, right? Or depends on the people you're dealing with. So a lot of people would prefer team members, in-house employees, because of the dependability. Now, by nature, subcontractors have to be independent, meaning they have to provide their own schedules. Our subcontractors, our partners, would typically let us know a week or two in advance. Hey, next week or 2 weeks from now, I'll be available Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or whatever. They'll give us their availability, but they're truly independent. So uh, we can offer up work. They can tell us what they would charge to put it in, and what their availability is for that project. But there's just a lot less firmness to it, I guess. Whereas in-house teams, you know, you know, within a reasonable measure, that they're going to be available, that you can put them on your jobs. Um, but some people like the flexibility of having subcontractors or partners, because if you don't have work, you don't feel obligated to find 40 hours of work for them. You'd say, hey, I've got 2 days of work for you, 3 days of work. Could you use it? I don't know. Teach their own, really. We use a variety. We find good help and we employ them as we can. Um, we'd probably rather have in-house teams, just because for some reason on the client side, at least in our region, the optics are, that in-house team members are higher quality than the subcontract partners, which actually isn't true. We've had great results with both. Our partners, our subcontractors, are phenomenal. I mean, we've really lucked out to find them, as is our team. I don't want to downgrade one or the other, but anyway, so I'd rather have them on the team, just to know that I've got them dedicated, 40-ish hours a week. I could keep them busy more than that probably, but I don't know. It's to each their own, but you also end up saving a little money. Well, depends how you structure it, or how you pay, what they charge the subcontractors, the partners, because you don't have to match, like, employment taxes, payroll taxes. You don't have to carry workman's compensation. You don't have to take care of their equipment, maintain the equipment, that sort of thing. You simply pay for the work to get done. Um, so yeah, I mean, teach their own. I've heard it both ways. I've talked to companies that only hire in house, and I've talked to other companies that only subcontract. Both of them were really happy. And then there's other companies like myself out there that do a bit of both and are also perfectly happy having both, in house and subcontractors. So sounds like you're on the, production side of it. I mean, I would just offer your services how you can. So, your work is great. They love to have you on a team as lead foreman, but don't want to sub out any work. That's fine. That's fair. I mean, it sounds like your work is good. So you might find a company that would want to sub out your work if you truly want to stay a subcontractor, which on your end is actually a little bit better deal too. So you can now consult your CPA, your tax advisor. This is not tax or financial advice, but you can write off mileage or deduct. You can also deduct expenses such as, uniform expenses for boots and clothing within reason. Trucks and tools, you can, depreciate those, or you can write those expenses against your income. So on your end, the subcontract that is actually a little bit better way to go financially. Probably consult your, tax preparer, financial consultant, to be sure. Driving Guard Media says, "Hi, what is the best way to install 8-foot panel on a slight slope? It's pressure treated. Thanks." So a lot of the pre-made panels will slope. Um, so what I've heard, I'll preface this by saying that we don't install panels; we build on site. But a lot of guys, when we're talking to guys that do build pre-made panels, the guys I talk to do it a lot are primarily in the Northeast. I said that in one of my videos, and then someone else said that's absolutely not true, that no one does that in the Northeast. So I don't know, but a lot of guys I talk to in the Northeast do use, pre-built panels. So we'll see. But typically they if it's a slight slope, typically they will rack. So if not, you can always, the guys I talk to that do it say you can knock off a picket on every so often to allow that whole panel to rack, and then re-nail them. But there's going to be some overlap, so I'm not sure. Or I guess you could probably trim down the picket actually, to make it fit in that tighter opening. I'm not sure. We don't build with panels, so don't take that as hard, fast advice. I don't have direct experience building with panels. My fence life. Did I miss the MFL 15 results yet? Well, I think yeah, John let you guys know up by $20. Putting it in order now. I'm going to say exact totals here in just a little bit. CNS Vinyl says definitely let us know. Deer season is over end of January, so I'm not sure exactly. We've got to firm up some numbers with my calendar and with our videographers, also with Nationwide. We got to get like 3 calendars to match there. So we'll see. ML 15 is only up $20. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'll give you guys the totals here in just a little bit. Hey guys, promo code MFL 15 gets you 15% off and free delivery. That's true on orders of $150 or more in the continental United States. Absolutely true. Look at Dan go. Yeah, absolutely. OZFence.store. Both these codes. I'm partial. I'm not partial. I'm impartial. Independent. I'm Switzerland in this particular scenario. You can use MFL 15 or TFIP 15. Get you 15% off any of your fence fittings that are shippable from the OZFence.store site. Official results coming soon. That's right. $20 more. $20 ahead. And I'll give it. Let's see. What time is it? It is 2:17. It's at 2:30. Let's wait. Let's make it wait just a little bit. I'll give you exact totals. Fence Me In says, good way of explaining it. I hope that helped. I really do. That's kind of the way I picture it, and I understand it if we're talking about direct employees, team members, and subcontractors, partners. Bo says, trip went good. Can't thank you guys enough for having us. It was a great experience. And thanks for offering your space for our vehicle repairs. You got it handled and made it home safe. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think about that while you guys were in houseboat. Sarah had mentioned on the way home, she's like, hey, wait a minute. We have a shop that they could work in, and TJ has about every tool known to man. And I was like, of course that would work. I don't know why I didn't think about that when we were all having dinner before we left. Anyways, Bo, I'm so glad you and your team were able to make it out. Bo brought his entire team out for Meet the Day with the Experts. Speaking of, or Spend a Day with the Experts. Speaking of Spend a Day with the Expert, the contest is open again. It's currently open for, what month is this? This is August, September, October, I believe. So hold me that. To take to you, you and a guest is what we typically say, to come out and spend the day with me and my team. Bo elected to drive him and his whole team out. Also acceptable. Yeah, contest is open. So you guys, let's see here. So Braden, if you're watching, go ahead and drop that link in the description below. Contest is open, but no, Bo, thank you so much for coming out. I really mean it when I say our team learns just as much from you guys coming out to visit us as we do as the information is passed, or however much you guys. I don't know what I'm saying. We get out of it just as much as you guys do. I hope you guys got a tremendous amount of value out of it. I think in our wrap up dinner, I think it sounds like you guys had some pretty good takeaways. I'm so happy it worked out. I really am. We had to do some reconfiguring of schedules and all that, but everything worked out fine. I'm so glad it did. Fitzman says, don't use pre-made. So that's the thing is we pre-build, or we don't pre-build. We build on site, all of it. We custom build, stick build, all of it on site. And I said that on one of the review videos. I think it was on the This Old House, or whatever the current version of This Old House is. They were using pre-made panels. Oh, that's kind of weird. I mean, typically in our region, everyone's stick built. I didn't know anyone used pre-built panels anymore. And boy, was I wrong. The YouTube comments section gave me a bit of an education on the fact that there are a ton of pre-made panels. Now, listen, the comments I was seeing said it was in the northeast, North Atlantic region, that sort of area, and into Canada, used really high quality pre-built panels. So I'm just saying, there's some really good pre-made out there. I think Fence Me In's talking more about the pre-made panels that you would find at like a big box store. Those are typically using smaller cross members. So instead of, now listen, a 2x4 isn't actually 2x4, right? 1.5 by 3.5 or so. But some of the pre-built panels I've seen use actually smaller dimensional lumber than that for the cross members, and typically the pickets are half-inch or less. So when he's saying don't use pre-made, I think he's talking about don't use the lower quality pre-made panels. That's how I take it. Maybe I'm taking it wrong. Drive on Guard Media says, appreciate it. Thanks so much. You're very welcome. Your videos help us, folks. Thanks for all your posts. I would love to hear it because that's absolutely what we're here for, is to provide the most help possible, right? We're happy to be of service. I'm happy to be of service. And I believe the team I put together is like minded. That's one of the first things we talked about in his team about when they came through Friday morning is that, listen, everyone here is on the same page that we are an open book. There is no section of this company that's off limits. There's no question that's off limits. Asking it is answered because we truly believe that, again, a rising tide raises all the ships, right? So if we can be as helpful as possible and provide as much value back into the industry, that it helps the industry as a whole to elevate. So you're very welcome. That's a long-winded way to say you're very welcome. Finchman says, besides a conduit and nails, which is how we do it, do you know a better way or faster way to cut scallops in shadow box fence? I've heard there's a saw that will cut both sides at once. It's a 500-foot job, so I'm wondering if that's worth the investment. So a shadow box, I don't know. I mean, you're probably talking about a worm drive circular saw. I'm trying to think of I don't think that would get it though. I'm actually certain. Well, I don't want to say I'm certain. Fairly certain that it wouldn't reach both sides of the board. I tell you, Sean King, Mr. Finch would probably be a good person to ask about that. So we don't cut scallops in our region. It's really pretty bland as far as fencing goes, as compared to other regions I've seen. Ours is pretty much straight top, dog-eared, privacy picket, privacy shadow box board on board and picket. You don't see a lot of scallops, hardly. I mean, occasionally I'll drive through town and see one, but we don't get asked to do it. But so you're asking about conduit and nails. That's the way I've seen it done really well to mark it out, just because it provides a consistent curve. I've seen guys use a string line. So take two nails, drop a string line in between, and it will give you a natural arch. But what I'm worried about there is actually tracing that. Like, can you influence what that looks like by just having that string? It's going to be pretty loose. If you bump it, rather than having a rigid conduit, you can simply run it down the conduit. I would still, if me and the team had to figure one out tomorrow or Monday to go do, we would use a conduit. Now, you'd want to research that saw situation. It might be that a worm drive circular saw they make some with pretty large blades, but I don't remember the specifics of how wide a diameter of blade you can get on that. I mean, because think about it, your 2x4, so 1.5 inches. You got 2 inches in pickets, 3.5 inches. So you'd have to have larger than a 6-inch blade, right? You have to have an 8 or 10-inch blade to really get through both sides of that. I don't know is the answer I'm going to give you, which I know isn't the best answer, but that's the answer I've got. So check out Worm Drive Circular Saws. Also, if you see Sean King go live, he goes live quite a lot in the Fence Facebook groups. Jump in there and ask him, see what he thinks about it. Jordan Norcross says, can we take a second to acknowledge how much Joe, the family, and Ozark Fence Company cares about their employees and communities? From being involved with the community, doing fundraisers, awareness events, and whatnot, plus giving their employees free coolers of beef. What an awesome company. So can't take credit for that. I mean, I guess we can take credit for doing it, but the idea came from Matt Warner. It's something that he and his family have done for his company for quite a while. I just heard about it and kind of implemented it in a way in our company. So Jordan, it's the same thing that, the rising tide raises all the ships thought, right? Is that by helping our local community, one, we give back to the community that's provided for us, our family, our team members' families, since 1955 for quite a while. Also, by giving back to our team members, we're taking care of those that take care of our clients. And that's never a bad idea, right? So I don't know. I guess we could take a second to acknowledge it, but I'm not great at accepting that. But we're all trying to figure it out, right, Jordan? We're all just trying to figure it out, and that's what it is. What is it? Is it a Zig Ziglar quote? Um, I'm trying to make sure I attribute the correct person. I think it's a Zig Ziglar quote. If you help enough other people get what they want, then they will all help you get what you want, sort of thing. That's a conversation. So on vacation is my family, of course, but also my business partner in real estate. We own right now. We have single family rental homes. We're talking about getting into vacation rentals, and anyway, that conversation came up between he and I one night out on the beach. We were just talking business, and that quote came up: help enough other people get what they want, and they will help you get what you want, sort of thing. That's where we're at. Dean Wheeler says, guys, get the order in before 4 p.m. Central Standard. Joe will personally get your order shipped same day. TFIP 15. The originators, not the imitators. Okay. I'm not going to get involved in that last part. All right. But so this week, Joe will not personally make sure it gets out, but he has a crack shot team of team members, Eric and Alan, that do a great job in e-commerce land. So they will make sure that it does get out same day if the order is placed prior to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. Yep. So this is what I'm talking to you guys about. So the form is up to apply for the next Spin a Day with the Expert. This link gets to you. So click this link. I believe it's the same as this link. Let's see. There it is. Same link. Okay. So be sure to use that link in the comments section. Now, if you're listening to this on the podcast later on, that link may not work. Now, we typically run this every 3 months, every quarter. So if that one's not working, check out the Facebook page or YouTube page for more up-to-date information on what contest is currently going on. Also, if you're listening to this on podcast, thank you. I appreciate it. I forgot to talk to you guys in the beginning of the podcast. My brain is is slowly coming back around. It's been checked out for the last week, and it's slowly starting to come back online. But if you're listening on podcast, thank you. I appreciate it so much. I'm simply following in the podcast footsteps of these other great guys. Fence Industry Podcast is the first podcast. You got to give that prop. You got to give that where it's due, right? So it is the first podcast. But also we've got My Fence Life that has another great podcast. There's several guys that have podcasts now that are fencing related, and I'm simply wading into those waters. But thank you if you're listening. Project Mail Music says, I've got to go. Catch you later on the next live. You got it. Thank you so much for joining us. Joe Ismay says, maybe he was thinking of Skill Saw Sasquatch. That would cut both sides of a shadow box. Very good. Very well could. I don't know anything about that particular tool. I am familiar with the Skill Saw, not a Skill Saw Sasquatch. I'm not sure. But that could do it. You might want to check it out. Jason, VT Sports guys. Hey, Joe Everest, what is up? Happy Friday. Jason, welcome. Jason is a newer subscriber, I guess, but a lot of good comments in a lot of the videos. Seems to follow him religiously. Jason, welcome to the Fence Fam, and thank you. I appreciate your support. Bo Butler says, Skill Saw sells a 10-inch circular saw that we use for 6x6 posts. That's probably what I'm thinking about. It's probably a worm drive circular saw. 10 inches should give you 5 inches to the middle, right? Take some off for the shaft. So say it's 4 3/4, something like that. I don't know. You'll want to do some math on that, make sure it's going to work. But if you can get 4 inches of cut out of it, and you've got 1.5 inches, you've got 1 inch pickets, say, that should do it. That should get through all of it. So it sounds like Bo has the tool for you. Skill Saw sells a 10-inch circular saw. Check it out. Thank you so much, Bo. My Fence Life. All right. I'm not going to get into name calling here, Dan and Dan. I'll just say that to Dan. We don't know which Dan. I'm just saying Dan. Okay. Jordan Norcross says, what is the best way to steal from a fence? Your picket's pockets. This has turned into fencing dad jokes, and I'm here for it. I really am. All right. Dan Blanc spreading some misinformation. My Fence Life beat Wheeler by 11 days. We're the first Fence Industry podcast. That's not true. I really firmly believe that's not. I've seen the image that you're talking about, but I I don't believe that's true, Dan. I really don't. Vince Meehan says, I don't know what it was or if they even have one. For all I know, the guy that told. Just a second. There's a knock at the door. Let me see if it's an emergency. I'll be right back. So I guess it isn't. I guess it isn't a live Q&A if you don't bring some of the family in. This is Jackson. Jackson, say hello to everybody.
Hi.
How's your vacation been?
Good.
Good. Favorite parts of the vacation?
Beach.
The beach. Okay. Well, what was your favorite part of the beach?
Swimming on the boogie board.
Swimming on the boogie board. That was a pretty good one. Today, so there's a storm. It's been storming here for the last couple of days. The waves today were sporty. They were they big waves? Bigger than the other day?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were pretty big waves. So Jackson here, we got him on a boogie board that I helped with. Right, I helped keep it steady, but Jackson jumped on there and did some boogie boarding, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Was it raining this morning? Yes, it was.
Even when we went to the beach.
Even when we went to the beach, it was pouring rain, huh?
Yeah.
But you can't get any wetter once you get in the ocean, huh?
Yeah.
So we just went. How many other people were on the beach?
A lot.
No, not when it was raining. There was nobody, right?
Yeah.
There were some people that were far down the beach, maybe.
But I saw some people talking at the beach.
You saw some people talking at the beach? Okay.
Yeah, while I was playing in the sand.
Oh, while you were playing in the sand. Okay, very good. But it wasn't busy, huh?
Yeah.
Best time to go to the beach? When it's pouring rain, apparently.
Yeah.
All right, so good
and
vacation.
The waves got in my mouth.
The waves got in your mouth. All right, I'm going to continue talking to them about fence. Okay? Tell everyone goodbye.
Bye.
Or do you want to sit on my lap and we'll just do this together? Okay, let's do that. All right. So now you got Jackson. If you like to ask Jackson a question, you just ask him. All right. All right. Joe said Sasquatch is a 10 1/4. So that's probably going to be just enough to cut those down. It should work. It should work. So yeah, he sees that the comments are like overlaying across him. Hey, this is a joke. You like jokes, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan says, what caused the fight between the two gate builders? Because they were fencing. Jordan, you got him.
No, I'll get it.
Is this true? I need to do some research. John, what were we talking about? Not sure what happened, but we're back. Okay, Jackson has a joke. Jackson, what's your joke?
Why did the alligator cross the road?
Why did the alligator cross the road? I don't know why.
The bite a skunk when it squirted his mouth at him.
Okay. Jackson's working on his jokes. He's not really, yeah. Okay, Matt. So you know Matt from Ozark Fence at the shop?
No.
You do. So he asked if we found any shark teeth.
Yeah.
Did we find any shark teeth?
No.
No? What did we find? We found a lot of shells?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found a lot of shells. Didn't find any shark teeth. They must not be losing their teeth right now, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't find it. Did we look for them?
I saw the one dried up on the sand.
Yeah, we thought we found one, huh?
Yeah.
But it wasn't shark tooth, huh?
Mm-hmm.
It was like a piece of shell, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Out of your mouth. Have you seen any different types of fence where you're at in Florida? Vinyl or aluminum? Bunch of vinyl, like a lot. Like literally, I'm looking out my window and literally all I'm seeing, I see vinyl 3-rail, some vinyl picket around a pool, tons of vinyl, and some color coded chain link. But the lion's share of what I'm seeing, at least in the Destin area, is a ton of vinyl. Tell Matt. Say, hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Say, thanks for holding the fort down for us.
Thanks for holding the fort down for us.
That's right. AJ Roll says, good morning, mate. Do you know where AJ's at? Australia. Say good morning, mate.
Good morning, mate.
There you go. Good morning, AJ. Appreciate you joining us. Jordan says, Jackson, can Joe give you $50? I'm not reading that, Jordan. Get out of here with that. Dan Wheeler says, Joe, if you do vacation rentals in Florida, Sandy, Madonna, and I are customers. All right. Well, we're currently talking about it. So this has turned into a little bit of hey, please don't. It's turned into a little bit of a I don't know about fact-finding mission or research mission or something like that. House prices here a bit higher than what we're used to. So we're currently staying in how many bedrooms? I guess we got 6 bedrooms here, 4, 5 bath, 6 bed, 5 bath, and 2-car garage. And this thing sold earlier this year. Stay quiet. This thing, how do you laugh? This thing sold earlier this year for about $2 million. So we're seeing how the numbers make sense on that. But based on what we paid for the Airbnb, the numbers probably do cash flow pretty well. All right. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Say see you later.
See you later, alligator.
Because you got an alligator in your hand.
Yeah.
All right, go back downstairs. Hey, ask Mom if she can pull this up on her phone. Ask Mom if you can watch on her phone. Hurry, shut the door. But yeah, so we're seriously considering it. I think even if we talk about, economic downturns and such, folks that are going to vacation will still vacation, I think. And it's in terms of inventory, I was talking to Josh Glover down there in the Panama City Beach area. There are hundreds. There's one developer he was telling me about that has hundreds of plots that are ready to be developed just as soon as they can find builders on them. They're building as fast as they can still. So we'll see. I don't think inventory is a problem. Really, sorry, Jackson kicked my water over. But really, I think it's going to be a financing discussion. Does putting $2 million in capital make sense at the stage we're in? I don't know. We'll probably build our inventory up a little bit more at home. But there are perks of having a vacation rental right on the beach. Although I'll let Mark Olson tell a story, but you guys should talk to Mark Olson about the dangers of buying a Airbnb vacation rental. And I'm not sure I'm willing to take the chance on that one. You never know. We'll have to see. Joe Isman said, "Oopsies! I don't know what I logged myself out somehow, and then I had to log back in real quick. I apologize. That's I guess that's broadcasting from vacation for you." The kid says, "Lots of fences here in Oklahoma are built on a continuous concrete foundation. The old cedar posts rounded on 2 sides snap off at the base. I mounted a couple of Simpson post holders rated to 4 foot." Yeah, I think that sounds like a good. I think that sounds like a good plan. Those Simpson post holders are pretty strong. I haven't used them directly, but I've seen videos on them. We do a lot of review videos, right? So some of the videos that we watch that I don't do reviews on show seem like a really strong product. Oh, Ashley says, "A joke from Evelyn for Jackson. I will make sure Jackson sees this one. What happens when you cross a mad sheep and a mad cow? You have 2 animals that are in a bad mood." I like that one, Evelyn. Thank you so much for that joke. The kid says, "Is there a way to remove the old wood from the concrete so I can slide in a new post?" Once it's, so let me reread, snap off at the base. So it sounds like they're snapping off at level or at grade. You could try to, so sometimes what we'll try to do is we'll run a lag bolt down. Now, this is if we're pulling the whole thing, though. So this might not work for your situation, but we'll try to run a lag through a piece of chain down into that wood and try to jerk the whole thing up. But more often than not, the whole slug comes out. So that option probably wouldn't be good for you. If you're dead set on leaving the slug there, the concrete portion there, and trying to get the Simpson strong tie in there, I would think, you just got to find a way to chip it out. I would think. A rock bar, if it's that rotten, it's going to come up pretty easily. So probably a rock bar and clean it out by hand possibly. If there's anybody watching that has a better idea, be sure to let us know. Jordan, here's the thing. So someone several weeks ago tried to get me to say a name on here, and it took me a second to sound it out. I'm sounding this one out. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Booger jokes are hilarious to Jackson, but I'm not going to say in. Is it past 2:30? It is. It is way past 2:30. I'm sorry. All right. It's past 2:30. What's the tally? My Fence Life. Here it is. My Fence Life is at $629.76. The Fence Injury Podcast is at $609.79. So almost a little shy of a $20 difference. Neck and neck, really. So you guys are doing great. I appreciate you guys, both Dan and Cannon. You guys are doing phenomenal. I appreciate you guys. They are slugging it out. I mean, and it's neck and neck right now. This goes to the end of the month, to the last day of August. The winner is going to get to choose where I donate $500 to. So I'm donating $500 to a charity of the winner's choice. It's a win-win-win. It's a win all the way around, hopefully. Yeah. So, guys, my Fence Life is just barely hit. Like I said, less than $20. So we'll see. We're only, what day is this? See what day of the month this is. I'm so checked out. So it's the 12th day of the month. So we got a little bit. We're not even halfway through the month yet, though. So plenty of time for something to change. If you guys need fence parts, if you guys need chain link fence parts, or some ornamental closure, if it's nationwide, we can get it. So actually, Dan Wheeler and I were talking about this. When were we talking about this? Last Saturday, I think it was on our way down here. We were talking about some nationwide hardware. He was looking for some wood hardware that we can get. Now, it's not on our website yet. It will be now that I've gotten pricing and I know that there's demand for it. So if you guys are interested in, if you have a product from Nationwide that you enjoy purchasing, but you're looking for a new supplier of it, let me know. Just because it's not on the website doesn't mean we don't have access to it. We have access to the entire Nationwide catalog. And then now we're getting access into the Grip-Rite catalog and I believe the Lockheed catalog. So we're branching out through there. But if there's a Nationwide product that you guys like using that you don't see on the website, don't let that hold you back. We can certainly get it in for you. John says, that's it? Got to step it up. MFL 15. That is it. It's less than $20. It's neck and neck. Dan, with My Fence Life, will be on the show Saturday, September 17th. Absolutely. On this show, that's right. Because like I said, Vacation Brain's still engaged. He'll be so Dan Blanc with My Fence Life will be on the show September the 17th for our live Q&A. We're going to start. I basically sent out a calendar link to a lot of the industry professionals that I think would be interesting to have on the show that have just something that is relevant to talk about to the fencing industry. And we got booked up pretty quick. I think I'd have to go back and look. I think we're booked through November right now. So we've got quite a few guests for you guys coming up. Now, typically the last weekend of the month or last Saturday of the month, once these get back to Saturdays, which should be next week. Next week we should be back under our normal Saturday routine. But starting then, so the last Saturday of every month is reserved for Caleb from Expert Professional Wood Care Products. No, you guys probably remember them as Stainless Steel Experts. It was reserved for Caleb to come on. I love talking to Caleb. He also supports the show, so I want to give a little bit of love there. But I legitimately enjoy talking with Caleb, both on the show and off the show, and I think he provides a ton of value to you guys. I think you guys would agree that I know you guys agree because the watch times on his videos are longer than really a lot of the other shows. So anytime we have Caleb on, the view time is significantly longer, which tells me that you guys think Caleb has plenty to say. All right. It's 2:45, and I originally thought we were going to go till 3. So I still probably like to get out of here around 3. The kids are chomping at the bit downstairs. I think we're talking about going to a what is it, a milkshake bar? I think that's what it is, called the Yard. I think it's milkshakes. And then we're hosting a dinner here this evening. We met up with some neighbors at the house next. So there's like 4 houses all together here that share a pool, like a community pool, like we're in a small little community. They are in the tree farming business, or some of them are in the tree farming business. So kind of like landscaper related, right? They supply landscapers. So we got to talking about like how crazy it is. So Chris Treese, who we're vacationing with, uh, who is also partners in some real estate that we do, he handles outdoor, uh, basically outdoor projects. Like he really likes getting into outdoor kitchens, patios, that sort of thing. He also does like window replacements, door replacements, exterior package of the home. So we all had a lot to talk about the other night. They invited us into their home at dinner. So tonight we're inviting them into our home to have dinner as well. Some really good food is getting ready to go down. AJ says, "Go the Fence Industry Podcast, the number one fencing podcast." AJ weighing in on that. Joe Ismay says, "I like hearing Caleb, but then I enjoy hearing you too." Well, see, there you go. When we are both on a podcast, it's the best of both worlds. I tell you what, guys. So let's talk about vacation for a minute. Keep dropping comments or questions below. We've got 15 minutes or so. So I didn't really know what I was going to talk about today until so this morning I'm sitting there on the beach and just kind of reflecting. Jason Jackson's playing out in the surf a little bit. Keeps getting knocked down by waves, but that kid is resilient. Keeps going out and splashing into it. And I'm thinking about what I'm going to talk about. Right, I generally like to. I love interacting with you guys in your comments, but I know there's going to be some dead time here where I like to talk about something. I like to bring some value outside of the Q&As. So I'm thinking about what to talk about. Generally, so honestly, what I typically do is I wait for something to come to me. I like it to be natural and organic on a talking point, not necessarily just having a bunch of bullet points up on a whiteboard. So I'm sitting there this morning, just watching Jackson play out in surf, thinking about the week we've had. And Chris said it best the other day, as I forget exactly how he put it, but basically he's like, "This isn't a vacation. This is a memory making adventure or a memory making expedition, something like that." He's like, "We are here to make memories. That is what this week is for." So I tell you what, and so what that got me thinking about, I saw Jackson just loving life out there in the surf, boogie board a little bit. We dug about a 2-foot hole in the beach, and pouring rain, and then he had said something like, "This is the best vacation ever," and which, any of you guys with kids know that could change in an instant. He could get reprimanded, then all of a sudden, this is the worst vacation of his life. But anyway, in that moment, it was the best vacation possible. And then a little bit further out from that, Macy was out there with our friend's oldest son, and he was out on his boogie board. They were she rode this wave so far. I mean, she did really good. She unfortunately she bought this boogie board. What day was that? Back on Tuesday maybe, and it's been just storming and nasty ever since. So she hadn't got to ride it. So she's riding it today. Rode it all the way in. So she pops up out. And of course, she gets just smashed, right? So she rides it in. Eventually, the wave crests over and smashes her, but she pops up just so happy. I also think about we're doing some family pictures, and my wife holding Josie, our youngest, and just both of them were super happy. And so anyway, that kind of struck home to me is, why do you work? Why do it, right? I think we lose sight of that. I think we lose sight of why we're doing what we do. And I think this was a good reminder to me. Chris's comment really sunk in. We're here to make memories, right? So not only on vacation, but just in life in general. We're here to make memories. And your kids grow up too fast. So I don't know what's going on here, but I think that's the point that I want to send home is that remember why you're doing it, what you're doing. I mean, we work a lot, we work a ton. I think that was a fight me and my daughter got into right before vacation is why we work so much, why we travel so much, why we're not home as much as everyone thinks we should be, or some people think we should be. We got another person coming in here. I'd like to say hello. Come here. Come say hello. We got Josie. Josie, say hello. Say hi. Do you see yourself?
No.
You don't? You're right there.
Huh.
Is that funny? Say hi. You say bye. That works sometimes. Say bye. Well, anyway. So the point I was making is you got to remember why you're doing what you do, right? Because Josie, I'll go to sleep tonight. I'll wake up tomorrow and Josie will be about 13. So you got to make memories while you have a chance. Now Josie's still a little bit too young to have memories of this weekend, but Jackson's not. Macy's certainly not. Me and my wife aren't. So anyway, that's my point. Don't lose sight of why you're doing what you're doing, because this comment in the beginning really kind of set that up, right? So where was it? So Joe said, haven't had a real vacay in the last 10 years. Joe, I'd say there's no time like the present to get on that, because you never know what next year's gonna hold, right? And you never know what memories you pass up by not taking a vacation. So, what do you think, Josie? Has it been a good vacation? Have you had a good time? Wow. I think she says yes. I think she says yes.
She's saying, let's get ice cream.
She's saying, let's get ice cream. That is probably what. Are you ready to go get milkshakes? Huh?
No.
No, I bet you are. All right, go see Mom. I'll wrap this up. All right, so a few more comments here. Dan says, AJ Rural just reported your comment. Dan, don't do that. Hey, guys, promo code MFL15 gets you 15% off and free delivery on all orders over $150 in the continental United States. Absolutely. And as Dan Wheeler said, if it's before 4, the Crackshot team at the e-commerce center will make sure that gets out. So you've still got an hour and 8 minutes to get your orders in, and they will go out today. Ruben says, roughly how long should I wait after setting 4x4 baits in concrete to go forward and putting up 2x4s and pickets? Thank you, sir. Typically 48 hours gets it done. Depends on the current conditions and your current soil content, that sort of thing, the moisture content in the soil, but typically 48 hours gets it done. Joe says, I used to take my kids to Bolivar Peninsula, Texas for fishing and swimming. My youngest is in college now. Enjoy the memory making while you can. Absolutely, Joe. That's if there's one thing that this week has taught me is you need to. It's important to disconnect and kind of reconnect with family and kind of re-strengthen bonds there and make some new memories. Divine Fence says, hey, Joe and Fence fam, hope everyone had a phenomenal week and has a great weekend. Divine has it figured out. Jordan wants to know what's better, Disneyland or Disney World. In my opinion, in this guy's opinion, Disney World's better. I like Disney World a lot better. But if you're close to Disneyland, then if that's where you can go, that's where you go. It's all about family is absolutely right. Ruben says, hi, Josie. Josie has an attention span that's about this long, and we got her off screen right before she started ripping out cords and turning everything off. So, but Josie reminded me that it's time to go get ice cream. So, guys, I hope you had a great week. I hope you're set up for a great weekend, set up for a successful week next week. Oh, don't bring that in here. Jackson's bringing in a phone that's got this thing going on. Jackson, you want to come say hello to everybody? No, leave that over there. It's going to start echoing like crazy. All right. Hey, let's see. Ashley has a joke for you. Or actually, Evelyn has a joke for you. Here, put this down. Don't put it in your mouth. What happens when you cross a mad sheep and a mad cow? You have two animals that are in a bad mood. Is that great? All right, look. Hey, look.
I'm going to look in the out.
We're getting ready to be done, and then we'll look for it. Tell everybody. Say, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend.
Have a successful week next week. Guys, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that great fences make good neighbors, and I'll see you next week.